Hello and welcome to this new tutorial video in the Bulldog. This tutorial will be on spotting with a light tank and more specifically passive, or sometimes called passive scouting. And it means that instead of doing runs at the front line to spot enemies, you basically take up a really good spotting position and then spot all the enemies from there without actually engaging them if possible. And that's what I'm going to do in this replay. So hopefully it'll learn you, or it'll teach you some of the positions on specifically this map and how you can do the most effective spotting damage. So at the start I'm moving up to these bushes. Normally people push all the way to E1, but if the enemy is having aggressive spotters in the center, you run a really good chance of being spotted there. And this T55A is actually really close, which is why I'm not moving up further at the moment. I'm just lighting these guys up as much as possible and at T30. Although at this point I think I'm spotted by the T30 and start to move. But as you can see, and as I notice here as well, my sixth sense isn't kicking in. So it means I wasn't actually spotted, and neither was I spotted when I went down that hill. So I'm seeing how the situation develops, but nothing's really happening at the moment. This IS-3 gets spotted, so I'm not moving up yet until he's taken out. Making myself ready to go if he's taken out. And there, I spot him again. And he gets taken out. So I know I'm not spotted by the T55A if I move up here. So I'm doing so again. And at this point I'm calling in fire on the T55A player. Because at the time I had XVM enabled, so I could actually see who was good and who wasn't. And I'm waiting for these guys to be taken out before I move up further. That IS-7 was a little bit too aggressive for his own good. Unfortunately he gets taken out, and I'm still lighting them up. Here I'm telling everyone to kill the T55A first, because that means that you as a spotter can actually move up. And tempting as it will be when you're passive spotting, don't fire, because as soon as you fire your gun, your camouflage bonus disappears and everyone will spot you, especially if they're like halfway in your view range like those guys were for me. If I had shot my gun, even though I'm a light tank, I would have been spotted and I would have probably lost most of my health, and then people know you're here, so that's stupid. It was safe to move up to the next bush, and I'm taking advantage of these over here as well. And here we see a lot of their tanks spotted by me again, so I'm just keeping them lit up for friendlies. Now the only disadvantage to passive spotting like this is that WN8 does not count spotting damage in. So this match had really crappy WN8 for me, even though in the end I got a patrol duty medal for it and did nearly 8k spotting damage. So that's one thing you've got to keep in mind if you're farming WN8 or that's important to you. Then passive spotting is pretty much useless. It will not give you a bonus, because the only bonus you get from WN8 is actual damage. So if I'd fired earlier on those tier 10 tanks, I would have probably gotten a lot more WN8, but at this moment I don't. But I don't mind. I was just doing a little bit of an experiment and I thought this replay was really good to demonstrate. Now the reason why I fired on that 140 is that I know for certain that there's nothing here that can spot me, otherwise I would have seen it. Yeah, it comes back, so must be a replay bug. So yeah, I'm moving up really slowly, keeping the guys spotted, but making sure that I don't get too close, that I get spotted. And now this E75 is moving up aggressively, so I pull back a little. The advantages with light tanks are, among others, that you keep your camouflage bonus even if you're moving. And at this point I decide only 2 tanks left, so it's time for me to move. I want to see if I can get some damage in on that E75. You never know. But unfortunately this Yak Panzer E100 comes over the hill and derps him in the face, which is really stupid. So I'll try and get some extra damage in. But yeah, that is how you get a patrol duty in a light tank and not get spotted pretty much the whole match. So hope you found it useful. If you did, please rate the video and possibly subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.